Hello again, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of our Intro to Google Docs online class. Hopefully everybody was able to complete the assignment last week. As I'm scrolling down here, it looks like we had 12 people turn that in. And by turn in, all I mean is you read the documents that were attached here, and then you watched the course overview video, and then you hit turn in and then type in done in the box and submit. So that was week 1. And then we also had a quiz, Intro to Google Docs week 1 quiz, which most of you have turned in as well. And that was just a simple true false. Let's go ahead and take a look at our week 2 folder over here on the right hand side. It's called Using Docs. So I've got 3 things in the folder. The first thing right down here is called signing into Google Docs. That's going to explain where you go on the web to put in your username and password to get into Google Docs itself. Then we also have some written tutorials from Google about using Docs. And then we also have some video tutorials that we've taken from Atomic Learning and placed here. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at this document here, signing into Google Docs. That takes me here. I'm going to go ahead and view this full screen. Okay, so the district has created an account, a Google Docs account. Every teacher, even though they don't know it, already has a Google Docs district account. All you need to do is access the portal on the web that has been set up and then log in from there. Here are the steps to follow. So step 1 is to put docs.svsd410.org into your browser's address bar. Please note that Firefox and Chrome are recommended browsers, but it should also work in Internet Explorer. So you can see here is docs.svsd410.org. Notice that there is no www after the HTTP colon. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when you put that in. So I just typed in docs.svsd410.org. That brings you to a screen like this, where you're going to put in some information. What you're going to put in is step 2 here. Put your last name and first initial in the username box. For me, that would be Talmadge J. Step 3 is to put your employee number in the password box. So I go ahead and type in my last name, first initial, and I have actually already changed my password, which is the next step. Actually, the next step is to accept the user policy. So this is everything that happens when the first time you try to sign in to the Google Docs that we've set up for you. You're going to have to click accept to agree to the user policy. And then finally, step 5 is going to be to change the password. And I always recommend to people that they use the password that is used when you sign into your computer every day. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in now. Put in my password here, and then click sign in. I'm going to deselect stay signed in. That's up to you. If you want to be able to stay signed in, which would mean you don't have to log in every time, then you can go ahead and select that one. So now I'm signing into my district Google Docs account. It takes a second to do that, depending on your internet connection. Do I want Google Chrome to save my password? That's fine. I'm going to sign into another account again. And there it is. This is what the Google Docs interface looks like. Let's go back to Edmodo. So hopefully you know how to sign into Google Docs now, and you see something like this on your screen. One of the things I should say about doing online learning like this is that it kind of makes sense to have 2 tabs or 2 windows open. If you're lucky enough to have 2 monitors, then you could have one monitor showing the video, so what you're hearing from me now, and another monitor using the application that you're learning about. But if you don't have two monitors, you can also open up multiple tabs, like I have multiple tabs open now. Or you can also turn those tabs into windows and then minimize the windows if you prefer. So that's kind of up to you. Alright, so the next thing is the overview, the Google Docs Help written tutorials. So I went ahead and clicked on that, and that's just going to take you to a website produced by Google that gives you an overview of Google Docs and then leads you through creating a document, editing and formatting a document, inserting images, links, and comments, sharing your document, and then finally publishing and printing. So I would ask that you just take a few minutes, go ahead and read over these things, and you can just use these arrows right here to click to the next part of the tutorial, and then notice that it turns red over here and gives you kind of the different subtopics underneath that main topic. So this is kind of for those people that prefer to have things written down. This makes sense for you folks. Again, you can have your Google Docs open in another tab or window, and as you learn something about what it's describing, you can try it out. So I would ask that everybody kind of go through this, taking a look at what it's describing for you. There's a lot here, so take your time with it. Again, we're asking that you spend about an hour of your time per week on each of these things. So that's the Google Docs Help tutorial. And then finally we have some video tutorials. That's this link here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and we'll talk about that for a second. So what I've done here is I've put together links to videos on our Atomic Learning account. There are quite a few here, but they're not that long. They're just, a maximum of a couple minutes each. So everything from introducing you to Google Docs, to creating and saving a document, renaming and uploading, working with collections, formatting some text, inserting different things into your docs, some of the tools, and then finally sharing and collaborating. So the instructions for this are to sign into Google Docs, have it open in a new tab or window on your browser, then to click on the following links to view short video tutorials to learn about how to use Google Docs as a word processor. It's important to note that the first time you click on a link, you'll be taken to an Atomic Learning login screen where you just need to enter your district username and password. Let's go ahead and try that now. I can't remember if I've signed in yet, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the video called Introducing Google Docs. I think it's going to remember that I've signed in already. It's opening the video. So here's what it looks like. So notice that you can pause the video at any time, and then you can play it again just by clicking right there. So it didn't ask me to sign in, but what you would see is just a place for username and password, and you can just put in your last name, first initial, and then the password that you use to sign into your computer. So that's how you get through each of these video tutorials on Atomic Learning. So yeah, that should be it for this week, just to learn how to sign into Google Docs, go through some of the overview, the Google Docs help, and then the tutorial videos. And I think what I'm going to do is have you, as part of the assignment, in addition to typing done in the box when you turn it in, I'm going to ask that you share with me, as part of the assignment, share a doc that you've created. I'll probably have you write a paragraph describing what you've learned as well. So hopefully that is everything you need to know for week 2. Again, as always, if you need assistance, you can get a hold of me in a couple different ways. I would prefer if you made a post in the Edmodo group if you had a question, because then others that are logging into the group can see that question, and then if I respond, they can also see my response. That limits that will limit how many times I have to respond to individuals. Alright folks, you can also get a hold of me via email or by phone at extension 4212 if you really need some individual help getting into Edmodo or figuring something out. Alright, thanks again for trying this out with me. I look forward to seeing what everybody's able to do. Thanks.